math at the grocery store?
Of course,
How?
because I'm spending money. I need to count how much I will pay.
Basically, mathematics, I think, so has essential part in our life. I mean, in day-to-day lives of the people, where in fact, you cannot move on in your life without mathematics. In grocery stores, of course, when you have little or a very little amount of money, you're going to budget. So meaning to say, that little amount should be used accordingly, according to what is needed in that certain budget. So mathematics is there.
Of course, especially your grades, while computing your grades, and especially to know your percentage. Actually, yes, every day.
Always. In physical education, where we apply different techniques and we apply exercises, it entails mathematics, numbers, and measurements. So it's all about mathematics. It's fundamental mathematics. The measurement of the distance, it's all about mathematics. It's all about numbers, so measurement. I think so when we travel, how much distance we had and how much speed we do in driving. So it talks about numbers and it talks about mathematics.
When I will get fuel, gasoline, then I need to know what is the amount of fuel that I need and what will be the payment for the fuel. You will pay for the food with your friends when you go outside. The budget that you need in your social life. If you want to go around the world, it is the budget that I need to prepare.
Every time that my husband asks me for a date or a movie or whatever, I have to look forward how much money I spend on that certain socialization. So if so, meaning to say, that includes numbers. So I think mathematics is still there.
Yeah, okay, I get my salary and then I will divide how much will go to utilities, how much will go to tuition fee, to the groceries, to my shopping, to my malling. Okay, so it is budgeting my salary.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, somewhat, not all. My husband does that. Ideally, I should, but I don't do that. I regret. No time.
Yeah, I do. I need to see that I have enough budget or allowance for every check that I issue.
Yeah, I did. I have it in the Philippines. When I have my, this is how I do. If I receive an income within the month, and then I deducted it with my savings account and my balance in the bank, and then after that, after all those things, how much is being left will be my expenses for the whole month. That is, so mathematics is there.
I like table tennis, and so if you have to win, you need to keep an account of your score. So the person who gets more, he's the one who's the winner.
Because I'm a PE teacher, everything should be in line with according to passion. So everything that I talked with you and discussed with you a while ago, that in my job, mathematics is always there because I measure, even with this example of my exam, so it talks about measurements. So everything in my life is about numbers.
My background is I took chemistry because I did not want math. And then I was forced to go to civil engineering. And then I was forced to learn math. When I was in high school, I did not want math. When I was in college, I was forced to love math. Because in civil engineering, it is more on design and it is more on measurements. Yeah. And then I realized after civil engineering, oops, math is very important. So I took masters in math.
No, I don't. Why? Because I think it has actually a connection within the professor or the teacher sometimes. The factor itself is not just only for the students, but somehow it's coming from the teacher. It should be vice versa. When the teacher loves to give or impart something that is supposed to be her or his passion, it will be also adopted by the students. And when she gives, and it will be adopted by the students, and the students in relation to, in connection to, will also love to study. But somehow it wasn't happened in my high school days. But in my college days, it changed a lot because I have my good professor. Then slowly I love mathematics.
Actually, I never liked math when I was in high school. Then I took it as a challenge. That no, I have to study, I will do it, and that's how I'm a maths teacher today.
Actually, it's somehow a motivation for me to love or at least be passionate in learning mathematics, especially these abstract ones, because it is actually the hardest. For me, it's the toughest one. When you analyze problems, when you don't understand the problem, what is really the problem itself, but when you are motivated to learn something, when you pursue it, because you don't have a choice. When you study, you don't have a choice. Mathematics is always there and it's always part of the curriculum. So instead of hating it, you have to motivate yourself on how to learn and love it.
I tried to discover because it is Master of Science. And being a Master of Science, I needed to be a scientist. So I made a discovery. I discovered on how to solve polynomials using graphs.
Expression, there are so many. A plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square.
Sorry, I can't. Length times width. That's the only thing I know.
As I have said a while ago, okay, you may not know how to read, you may not know how to write, but you must understand numbers. Why? Because life is really, you cannot be successful if you don't know how to manage your finances. And managing your finances is you know how to count your money. Otherwise, all people will fool you, will make fun out of you. And you will not know how to manage your life if you don't know how to manage your finances. Because living on earth is knowing how to make use of your resources. And it is all about money.